Alrighty, what is going on, guys? Edward here, back with another video. This is going to be part 3 of CRT theory. And in this part 3, I actually want to clarify a couple of things because since I posted part 1 and part 2, I've been getting a lot of questions. And I've been getting even like some messages saying, Eduardo, you should check this video because he is saying something different. And guys, listen, on YouTube, here in this platform, you're gonna see a lot of videos. You're gonna find a lot of videos for wherever subject, right? Especially right now, CRT is probably going into a little viral. I've seen a lot of attention, a lot of people talking about CRT. CRT. It's nothing new. CRT is nothing new. It's just literally accumulation, manipulation, distribution. We've been using this for at least myself since I've been using ICT. You know, power of three, basically. Um, so I've been checking a lot of videos that been getting, you know, people, followers. They've been saying, yo, check this video out. What do you guys, what do you, Eduardo, what do you think about this? What this guy is saying about, so I've been watching. I watched this one in particular recently. Again, no hate, no nothing, but the way he is talking about, he is confused. And I'm reading the comments right here. There's a lot of people confused. A lot of confusion, right? And he is causing a lot of confusion. And this is not just the only video I've been watching. I've been watching a lot of videos based on CRT for futures and for Forex and here and there. So there's a lot of but videos, or let's say YouTubers, that they're just making it more confusing. Okay, don't overthink too much. They're putting too much spice into this thing, and then at the end of the day, you're gonna get a whole lot of mess. So I explain, if you're watching this video for the first time, I recommend you go in the top right corner right here, and I have part 1 and part 2 of CRT. Go ahead and watch them first. Okay, go watch those videos. I went very clear and straight to the point in there. And I explain what you should be doing. If you want to give it a try, I explain there what you should be doing. Okay? You can apply that to every single time frame. Listen to me. Every single time frame. Markets are fractals. So whatever you see on the daily, on the weekly, it's going to happen on the 1 minute, 5 minute, right? It doesn't matter. Okay? What what does it really matter? This is, like I always say, CRT or whatever candle pattern, because this is a candle pattern. Okay? If you don't want to call it a candle pattern, it is a candle pattern. It is actually a candle pattern. And ICT, the power of three, is just another type of candle pattern, right? He just named it differently. So, for example, a very common candle pattern, what is it? A bullish engulfing, right? A bullish engulfing candle. What is the deal when spotting, when trading, when trying to trade a bullish engulfing? What's the idea? The idea is that you want to trade a bullish engulfing whenever the price is, let's say, tapping a support, a double bottom, right? Those are the zones. And here probably you can trade a bearish engulfing candle, and when the price comes back here, you can trade again. So these are the zones. What I'm trying to say here is that these are the zones that you're going to be looking for a bullish engulfing candle, right? If you're a retail trader, you're going to be looking for a bullish engulfing candle in that zone, or a bearish engulfing candle in this zone if you're interested in selling, right? If you're interested in buys, you want to see a bullish engulfing right here at this support, in this key level, right? Support, resistance, it's a key zone, it's a key level, it's an important area where people is interested to do something, either selling or buying. Okay, so that is if you're looking for a bullish engulfing. So guess what? With CRT, is the same thing, right? With CRT, you want to spot CRT in a particular area. I don't want you to be looking for CRT in the middle of nowhere, which is where I see the main issue, where everybody's is doing is they're trying to get it everywhere, right? If you know you're in a support, let's say you are in a support, you should be looking for a bullish engulfing candle right here, not here, right? Well, because sometimes the market is going to do a little correction, a little pullback, right? And then here it's going to show you another bullish engulfing, right? In the middle of nowhere. So ideally, it's better to take it here than here in the middle, right? So same thing with CRT. You should not be taking or looking for every CRT range everywhere, okay? And I'm going to explain to you here right quick. So we're in Nasdaq. This is actually futures. I get this question a lot. Like, Eduardo, yeah, can you do it now for futures? It's the same thing, guys. It's the same thing. Nasdaq, just trading normal indices, Forex, or futures is the same thing. If you look at the chart, it's going to look at the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same chart. The price is probably going to be different depending on the broker. That is all, right? But it's the same thing for futures. It's the same chart. It's the same fair value gap, right? It's the same fair value gap. It's the same manipulation. SMT divergence. Changing the state is the same thing. So don't ask me, can you do it for futures? It's the same. It's the same. So if you look at this CRT in this particular case, when the price is dropping, I've seen also in a lot of videos that people focuses in one specific hour, or they rather use the 1 hour, right? They rather use the 1 hour and in the kill zone, in the New York kill zone. Yeah, that you can use it probably at 9 a.m. You can use the 9 a.m. candle because that's when the most manipulation comes in, right? Between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. So if you see the 9 a.m. being manipulated, so sometimes you're going to get it. But sometimes you're not going to see it on the 1 hour. You're not going to see it. You're going to have to actually look at it on a different time frame. Look for CRT in a different time frame, probably on a 15-minute or probably on a lower time frame. So just an example, on the 4 hour, for example, I see most people trying to use the 4 hour. So the 6 a.m. candle, this is the 6 a.m. candle, and this is the 10 a.m. candle. The 6 a.m. candle, how it closed, what it did, ended up manipulating the 2 a.m. candle, right? So we have CRT right here. This is CRT. But you see where it's happening. This is the 2 a.m. candle. This is the 6 a.m. candle, right? Candle range. This is the range. This is the accumulation candle. This is the manipulation candle. And I'm looking to enter at the distribution candle, which is now I want to target probably this CRT high, right? Of this range. So where am I getting this manipulation? I'm getting that manipulation on a higher time frame PD array, which is this fair value gap, right? It's not in the middle of nowhere. It's not in the middle of nowhere. So what I will do once that candle closes, my job here is to look for an entry. Now, once that candle is fully closed, it confirms that this is the manipulation candle. So we're expecting price to go at least towards this high, in consequence, probably targeting this high as well. We're very close. So we go from the 4 hour to the 15-minute or even 5-minute time frame. And my job is to find a setup, an entry right here, right? I need to see probably an order block or a fair value gap. I want to buy. I want to ignore every type of whatever's happening here. Sales. I don't want to sell. I want to look for a buy. So this is the CRT low and this is the CRT high. So let's see if we get a buy information here. Probably I'm missing something. Maybe this is an order block right here. Already on the 15-minute, I won't get anything. I could have gone probably to the 1 minute, to the 5 minute, I'm sorry. So 15-minute, I really did not get anything really clear. Probably this order block right here, this one, but did not get anything. If I go to the 5 minute, let's go back to the 5 minute, right? So let's delete that candle for a second and let's go to the 5. From the 4 hour to the 5 minute, and I will try to look for something here. I want to see an order block or a fair value gap. So, okay, I'm getting a big push right here. Price is actually tapping this breaker block. There was a manipulation here. Market manipulated this lows. This is an order block right there and a breaker. So price did bounce. We have an inversion, fair value gap. We could probably place a buy right there as well. Maybe at that inversion, stop here, and then targeting that candle range high. So that's something we could try as well. Right? That's something you can try. You could have entered either at the block or that inversion fair value gap. Or you waited for the change in the state of delivery, which is quite far, right? That's going to be very late. That's quite far right there. So the idea is you can go from the 4 hour. Let me show you the table here. Hang on. Let me show you the actual table. And by table, I mean this. You can pause the video right now here. All right. If you're on the monthly, if you spotted CRT on the monthly, you go for the daily to get the entry. If you spot it on the daily, you go to the 1 hour to get the entry, right? If you spot it on the 4 hour, you go to the 15-minute. If you spot it on the 1 hour, you go to the 5-minute. If you spotted the CRT on the 15-minute, you can actually go to the 1 minute, right? You can actually go to the 1 minute to look for your entry. Okay? You can follow this, not necessarily 100% can follow, you can even go lower time. Let's say, for example, from the 4 hour, you can go to the 15-minute, but sometimes you're not going to get anything on the 15-minute. You're not going to get an entry. Probably the entry would have been shown on the 5-minute. So you may need to, sometimes you may need to go another lower time frame. Okay, just so you know. Yeah, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. Okay, so let's try to look here. Every just to try to identify here. There was CRT here. This is another CRT. What time was this? 22. So this is Asian session. There was a CRT here, candle range. You see the price actually did end up going to this low, right? So that was valid. But it was in the middle of nowhere though. But hey, we did manipulated highs anyways. We were so extremely overbought. Prices started pulling back. So probably it was valid. We could have probably catch a sell right here. This is CRT? No CRT here, no CRT here, no CRT here, no CRT here, no. This candle manipulated the high, manipulated the low. I don't consider that a CRT. So no. Look at this. We did manipulate that candle. What time is this? At 2 p.m. It's a time that I will not be trading. So we did manipulate. We respected. I mean, we retraced back down. This is the candle range. This is probably a manipulation candle. But you see, because of the hour, you see, I don't want you guys to be doing probably this in any time or every time you see this in the middle of nowhere, right? We're just starting to take off. If you get this in the middle of nowhere, you're gonna get caught in the wrong direction, right? So no CRT here, no CRT here. This one, we did have CRT here. This one is valid. Right there, that particular candle. What time was this? At 6 p.m. This is Asian session. Would you be entering on Nasdaq in this hour? I don't know, right? So that was 6 p.m. This was 10 a.m. Look at this. This is actually 6 a.m. No CRT here, but the 10 a.m. actually manipulated the high and then retraced. So we actually had a manipulation here, right? Probably expecting price to go towards this low, and the market did not go to this low, right? Actually shifted up. So you see that CRT is not going to play all the time, right? Doesn't matter the time. No CRT here, no CRT here, no here. We did have actually two right here. We had this manipulation, expecting price to go to this high, but because if you look at it, the cleanest direction was actually to go bearish because we had a fair value gap right here and this rejection. Look at this CRT. We were expecting price to go to this low, and the market did ended up going towards that low. So we did respect that fair value gap. You see, this one was more valid. This was at 10 a.m. in the morning, so that's good. This is 9 a.m. This is the 6 a.m. candle. Then the 10 a.m. candle manipulates and close. So from here, we should be looking for sales to target at least this low, and maybe, I don't know, maybe eventually this low, but that low was never targeted and it was never hit. So no CRT here. We did have this manipulation, but the next candle just went straight up. So this one was very quick. So probably no CRT right here. This one we do have CRT. Look at the manipulation, range high. See, this is accumulation, manipulation candle, and price, boom, goes to that high. What time was this? At 2 p.m. Again, this is still New York session, but it's in the PM. I don't trade on the PM. It did ended up playing out though. It took until the next day, probably. Right, and so on. That way, you see, for example, this one as well. We got the manipulation. Technically, this was CRT, but it just went. Look at this candle. This one in particular swept and then displaced immediately, just melted, right? It went just too quick, too quick. No chances of getting in right there. No CRT, no CRT here, no CRT. This one, 6 a.m. This is the 6 a.m. candle, the 6 a.m. candle. We did have a lot of CRT here, but none of them will, not all of them will work. This one manipulated, and we're expecting this highs to be taken. What time was this? 6 p.m. So this is Asian session. Asian session is starting. The day ended, and then the next candle, you see, it went down one more time. So we had CRT one more time, expecting this highs to be taken. Actually, they did sweep it. So now they did sweep to the upside and failed to displace above. So we have CRT now to the downside. What time was this? 2 a.m. in the morning. Price did go to the downside here, manipulated that low. So we have CRT again. You see, we were ranging here very ugly. So we form SMT, CRT, I'm sorry, 6 a.m. candle. It is manipulating the 2 a.m. candle. Right, nice pin bar. This is indicating we're probably going to go up, right? But look at where we are. We're probably still holding this imbalance right here, this fair value gap. We have not closed below 50%. So it's very important to understand the PD arrays, okay? If you don't want to get caught in the wrong direction, spotting the CRT thing, then just simply follow your bias. What's the direction? What is the bias, right? Am I bullish? Is the market holding a PD array? Are we manipulating an important high, right? Are we sweeping some important liquidity? That's what matters. I don't want you to be taking every single CRT that you see because it's not the correct way. I hope it makes sense. So I'm just making this video to clarify because I'm seeing a lot of people making a lot of mistakes, and these guys are not explaining properly, And I just read the comments, and you read the comments right here, and you see everybody's confused. Everybody's confused. So it's really not helping. It's really not helping. It's just causing more confusion. So I hope this video was able to clarify a little bit more your doubts. Just let me know in the comment section. I want to hear from you if you are understanding this a lot better. You have to use common sense as well. Don't like a bullish engulfing candle or a bearish engulfing candle. You don't want to trade every single engulfing candle. The same thing here. You don't want to trade every single CRT. Period. Hope it makes sense. Let me know what you think. Please subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy, guys.